Let's go. Welcome. Let's go. Where the hell is my editor? There we go. Alrighty, here goes ping, here goes this and that, and million windows open. Let's go. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Wonderful Monday evening, I hope. Whew. Did I forget something? No. I think I should have everything in check. Let's go. We didn't even get a DV, did we? Yeah. Usually there's a lot of lag when I start the stream and maybe during the stream because of the webcam, but no. Okay, the waves are running. Let's do another one. Let's start with this and then we're gonna do some crafting first. 119 or white crystal saved up, so we're gonna be spending those first and then we will do some hunting, obviously. Ads immediately. Let's go. Thank you very much. Why on earth do we not have a chat on the screen? Let's go in here and let's go in here. Maybe that will fix it, because there should be a chat box in the window. Okay, now it's working. Perfect. Hey people, welcome. There's a lot of you. White, hello. Hello again, Pajama. Roman, hello. Federico, welcome. Unknown Case, Rijan. Exos. Hey Jeffrey. Hey Drag. What is the Forgotten Temple? The Forgotten Temple is basically a placeholder image. When you have low internet connection, it just kind of shows. It's not a real place. You can't access it in any way. Anyhow, I don't know why it was put in there as a placeholder image, but it's just that's what it is. It's not a real place. It's all in our head. It doesn't exist. Hey Aldermac. Hey Beacon. Hey Peter Johnson. Hello, how are you guys doing? Hey Dizzy. I'm doing absolutely great. Thank you very much. How about you? Please read my name. Exos Barosu. I'm gonna ignore the numbers for a certain reason. Welcome. How are you doing? Have a nice tea party. Thank you very much. I have so black coffee that it's gonna keep me awake this whole night. Of course, we are gonna be doing some DCDIQ hunting. That's what we are doing always. I'm running currently Power Cloud Arving. I was running Horn last season where we was pushing a bit harder, but now it's just the chilling season, so now I'm just doing some non-Horn waving. They are pretty similar, there's not much of a difference. Well, I was running Tap, so when I was running Tap, I was running Power Claw and Horn, so I was running this quite a few times during last season, but like right now I'm just going with a little bit more gold. Okie dokie. Oh, we have to spend the gold as well. There's a lot of gold. Because of that season, there's a lot of unspent gold. I think I'm gonna be singing it on TA. Do you oppose if we go full TA? Maybe a little bit on Succubus, because it will boost our farming a little bit. Do you have an account without a donation? What does that mean? Hey George. Darwin, I suppose I haven't been running too much testing, because right now, even if I've been running the H5 since the update, it's just waving hasn't been my main goal yet, because I'm still hunting for the DCDIQ staff. But I'm gonna let it run with that after the stream and see. I mean, it's I can run it. I just haven't run it in like 24 hours consecutively. Yeah, one day, maybe today. Imagine, we are going to be crafting 12 items, so imagine it's there. So, one piece of news for those who might have missed the information is that Tony was changed in the last update. So he can now give 39 white crystals when you use Tony. So when you use Tony and crystal back, which is plus 20, then you can have 119 white crystals saved up instead of the old 99 white. So that helps. Gives us a couple of more E items for this farming. Why does it feel like this microphone is so far away from me? Hello. I haven't changed anything. I don't like when... Oh boy. Oh boy. I touched something. Oh boy. I don't like when things change. I like constant things. Stable things. Okay. We can do this. Let's go. Federico, indeed. Okay, first crafting, 10 gold spending. Let's start with that. Okay, first E item. It's a staff. And quickly before Auto gets here, so he doesn't yell at me for crafting weapons. So we're gonna be doing just weapons. Hey, Seekly. How was that pronunciation of your name? I'm sorry, I probably cannot say it properly. Double crit chance, area skill damage. The area skill damage on a bow doesn't really excite us. Double crit chance is a nice lines. You should save this item definitely for double crit chance. Physics mastery is not a good line, but okay. How is the music level, by the way? Fine. Too loud, too quiet. I'm not gonna be keeping this. I have way too many of items like this. Sorry, I cannot understand. Could you please translate that in English, if possible? Third item? It's a hammer. It's a shitty hammer. Good evening to Philippines, Karl, as well. How are you doing? How are you doing on a Monday evening? Okay. Wow. At least we're getting like double lines. Okay, double crit chance, now double poison damage. It's not a really useful sword with damage reduction. Damage reduction is basically the only ghost line in this sword, but okay. Having coffee too? How do you like your coffee? With milk, with sugar, with nothing? Barrick, shh. You're not allowed to speak if you keep us having DCDIQ bow. I'm gonna send you a truckload of ketchup for your pasta if I end up getting that. Okay, that's better. That's better, Barrick. Barrick, thank you very much. Okay, that was a bad staff. We're getting just mainly staffs and hammers, I feel like. No, that is not 127 quadrillion. Comment and subscribe. Yes, please. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this to all your relatives. And friends, and their pets, and everything. So this is 127 trillion. So it's a 12 zeros, basically. 127 and 12 zeros. Attack speed, knockback, I guess. Those are the only great lines in this item. Could be used on Mechrem, for example, for IC build. If you don't have a better one, but I don't need that. I get something like this per wave. Maybe 9 is a bit above average, but something like this from a wave. I like my coffee completely black. I can't do milk or creamer or sugar or anything. Is lightning build still the best for waving and poison for farming? Well, basically. Roughly, but you can roughly say that, sure, but like both are pretty good for both options. Poison does have a little bit better boss coverage, so better farming because you have Succubus and Sarah. Thor is a bit better against bosses after the latest update, not superbly better, but a little bit better, so that kind of evens the lightning builds a little bit as well. But the thing is, you should focus on your build in a way that you use the same units in waving that you use in your farming as well. It doesn't really make sense to level up poison units for farming and lightning units for waving. I did level up Skeleton King solely for farming, which was such a stupid thing to do. So don't copy that. I did reset him, so I don't have him anymore. So I only have units that I use in my wave build, in my farm build as well. I have severe ADHD, and honestly coffee with a lot of sugar mellows me out. Interesting. That is interesting. Do you feel like instant effect, or do you just like have to take a cup throughout the day, every now and then? This is horrible summoned units sword. I have nothing good to say about this sword. Let's get rid of it. Crit physical gold. Double different elemental. This is an automatic mad. No, thank you. Damage, lightning damage, +1 summon units again. Well, +1 summon unit with damage lines is usually not that great, because right now a lot of people have been asking like summon build or summoner setups, but like summons are not just that great for damage right now currently in the game. So I don't have really plans on making like summoner build content. Maybe if we get an update where they can be a little bit better, then sure, because I would love to have one, but they're just not that great. This is almost quadruple elemental. Let's get rid of this sword as fast as we can. The best succubus type is this one, the right side promotion, with the sharpened nails, critical damage plus 150%. This is the best one you want to use. What is wrong with my microphone today? I just don't like it. Do you ever have... Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I have some issues, but like... I have my desk in a certain way. I have my screens and my mouse and my keyboard and my microphone and everything in here. And if I have to like move them when I'm cleaning the table, for example, if I have to move them and put them back, I feel like they are not exactly in the same position anymore. And it just kind of drives me crazy sometimes. And that's happening with this freaking microphone right now. Like, it's probably exactly in the same spot that it usually is. It's just... annoying. Succubus 777, 777. Oh, we can do 777. Oh, okay, no promises. I missed those marks previously. There we go. Quickly, someone take a screenshot of that. Now it's perfect. Before I ruin it, I will ruin it. 777, 777. The best hero in the game? That is an interesting question. Probably Pure Wizard or Dark Necromancer, because you can't really do builds without those heroes. So, in that sense, those heroes, they're just vital part of every build. Damage-wise, if you look at the damage dealer, I don't know, Succubus is one of the best boss killers, farming heroes and so on, so commonly used in later game. Not good without the poison tree. Architect. I would love Architect. I do have Architect. Look at my dragon build. Architect. The great Architect. Architect meta farming build. Okay, let's yeah, this is the old build. Let's spend the gold first. Good day to you as well. If I upgrade my paladins, will they survive longer? Yes. Yes, upgrading them will help them survive longer in terms of taking damage from the enemies. It doesn't increase the duration itself, but it does give them more HP so that they don't die as fast. And you can increase your paladin's survivability by using items with red damage reduction line. Like this should be, when you use paladins, that's basically the best line you can have. And you can easily like CDE mill them as well, but that will help, because when you have them, then you will have just insane defense, basically, because they have the defense on their own, then you have the damage reduction from the damage reduction lines. So you get this for all of your humans, and then you get the damage reduction from the red lines, and they will be surviving a lot more. That doesn't help with the poison meteors, but with the normal monster attacks, sure it does. Okay, I'm gonna ruin the 777 level. Because we need a bit more. Maybe we'll go with 780. I guess that's 3000 levels, so for Succubus. Help us a little bit with our farming today. And the rest I will just dump on TA, I guess. Well, like this. We'll try to keep this as a clean number. I have messed it up so many times already. So I'll just keep on doing. Well, as long as it's thousands, I guess that's fine. Let's see how many do we get. Okay, well, wow. That was fast. One more 1000 levels would have been so nice. Okay. Can't have it all. Can't have it all. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, can we do that? 5. 5. I swear, that wasn't on purpose. That probably looks like that was on purpose, but that wasn't on purpose. Oh my... I should never level up castles. I swear. No one tells Calypso about this. That wasn't on purpose. I swear on anything. Shit. Let's do a Bone Dragon fast. Let's forget about that. Let's pretend that never existed. That never happened. That never happened, okay? No one tells. No one tells. Casting Goblin is useless in here because he does basically no damage at all with the dragon. Let's see if I can refrain myself from casting him. How is that possible? What are the chances? Hey Timothy, welcome. I have no words. Like, honestly, you saw me, I was trying so hard with the Succubus. I did not mess up the level. And I was trying so hard in here as well. Like, I was gonna be proud of myself, save the game, and have 777, 555, everything's fine. What are the chances that I actually messed that one up? Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. Click the button 5 times. Not 6 times, 5 times. Sarah is used in poison. If people use poison starter build, then Sarah is a great leader. And if you use a lightning starter build, then you should use Thor. And that's completely fine. Don't take any copy from this build right here. Neither of these leaders do anything. I'm gonna show you the battle results. Here you go. They are both at 0% damage. They are not here for damage. The only reasons I have these leaders in here is because the only leader I have leveled right now is Solar for my Bay build, and, well, she's not gonna be doing nothing in the Bone Dragon build, so I just have the both leaders in here with damage skill level and hero damage skill level +1 lines. That's the only reason I have these leaders in here. So they do nothing. They do nothing on their own. They are just here for a couple of extra levels in here. My day is great. if we don't think about what happened 2 minutes ago. Otherwise, it's completely fine. How about you? You actually can reset castle. You just can't buy the castle reset tickets from the market for some reason. But we were given the castle reset tickets with the last update, like 1 ticket, if you had castle level over level 10,000. There's a silver ticket in here. But there should be a golden ticket. I don't know why there is not a golden reset ticket for the castle in here. It should be in here, in this slot, but for some reason it's not there. But luckily it's an option. Unlike when I did that for Calypso, it wasn't, so... I can just redeem myself by leveling it up a little bit more. Then I can do more Infinite Colony or something. It's a win-win. Picky, sorry, I'm in Sayonara Guild. I don't really have any plans of joining other guilds. I'm completely satisfied in being in Sayonara Guilds. It was one job and I messed it up again. I swear, like, how? How on earth? Okay, now the microphone is better. Oh, this is normal. Yeah. Difference between silver and golden tickets from the market is that when you use... I have a short video coming out about that tomorrow. I just finished it before the stream. So make sure to check it out when I upload it. But the difference is that when you use a silver ticket, you only get 90% of your gold back. So you are losing 10% of the gold that you have spent on that hero if you use a silver ticket. So not really something I would recommend to do. Maybe if you want to fix some lower level heroes level, for example, it's fine. But for a higher unit, like for me, it would make absolutely no sense, for example, to reset my Succubus with a silver ticket. I would lose so much gold in there. Hey Nathaniel, hello, welcome. Hey John. Oh, 929 billion, congratulations, so close. Maybe this season. Have you done a run this season yet? Maybe this will be your 1 trillion season. And RHHFJ FGJ, hello, welcome. How are you doing? And the next person as well. Hello, welcome. Someone remind me if I don't remember to update the E-drops counter when I get an E-item. We haven't gotten any from the bone yet, right? Autoclick, yes. Using an autoclicker in Growcastle is bannable. It will get you banned. So don't use autoclicker. The game has an auto battle function inside the game itself, so just use that. You can use hotkeys. So if you play with an emulator on PC, you can use hotkeys. I should have a guide on that. I will link it in the chat. Well, I'm going to be losing this one. Ah! Easy. Easy win. So you can use a hotkey where you press one button on your keyboard and it taps one part of the screen once. So like one tap on the screen. That's fine. But if it's more than one tap per one keyboard button, or anything that does things automatically for you, like multiple actions, then it's not okay. Then that is bannable. Maybe I should include Dark Elf in my build, just for these cases when I get distracted. Because, well, to be honest, losing Skeleton King from this build hurts the kill time a bit when the dragon does the breath attack. If it doesn't do the breath attack, then I can just wipe it out instantly with one cast of my units. Like, well, almost like this, and now he did the breath attack. But if he does the breath immediately as I have casted my units, I will kind of lose all the damage from all of my boss killers in this build. Which means, like this, the rest of the kill will be slower unless I cast things again. It was faster with the Skeleton King. I didn't really have to maybe even worry about casting stuff. But still, I would not recommend leveling another unit just for farming purposes. That's a bit of dumb thing to do. Greetings to Vietnam. I'm sorry I cannot understand the language, but greetings. Imagine there's Growcastle global chat. I will... Well, developer hasn't been, as far as I know, answering anyone in a while, so as soon as I get a reply to my old questions, I will again ask for something like that, because that would... I think global chat or any kind of a communication within the game would make the game more popular, would like keep people more interested in the game, and you could chat inside the game. Not everyone uses Discord, not everyone knows about Discord or Reddit. right? I'm imagining there's a lot of people who, well, hopefully they find my videos on YouTube. I hope I can help them through that, but they don't use Reddit or Discord. So it would be nice if we could interact with those people within the game itself, right? How long have you had 3x speed? Since summer 2023. It's 3x game speed is one of those things that when you start buying it monthly, it's really hard to stop because it's addicting to see the 3x game speed. And once you go away from 3x back to 2x game speed, the game speed feels so slow. It's really, really hard. I mean, I can stop anytime I want. It's not like I'm addicted to 3x game speed. No, don't get me wrong. But it's really hard. Let's cast my architect in here. Look at that beautiful wall. Even Trump would be jealous of this wall. It does absolutely nothing. But it's gorgeous. It's big, tall, and not very durable. But the dragon can't hit the wall, which is kind of weird, I guess. If you ever wondered that, the dragon, you can see it in here. If I cast it, the dragon attacks does not damage the wall at all. That's weird. Yeah, guild chat causes lag, so I guess global chat would be even worse. Well, I mean, he could maybe do it like properly, so it wouldn't be laggy. If it does bring lag, then I won't want it. But if it could be done like properly, I would like it. See Bamboozle in my build. There he is. Boosting my luck. Oh, did we get our first E item of the day? It's not a very great one. We can use it for the damage reduction line for paladins, for example. But otherwise, it's not a great sword. What did I miss? Angels as a damage dealer, yeah. They are not... Like, summons are generally not that great for damage right now. The best use for angels is, like I use them in here, is that they are low level, but they use the static orb, so all of this damage, their damage basically comes through this orb instead. That is a very solid way of using angels. They can be used to deal quite nice chunk of the boss's damage at the end of the round. But like if I were to level the angels on par with my other damage dealers, they would not, like, I would not get the value really out of the gold that I spend on the angels. So I wouldn't really recommend running them on very high level, but you can level them a little bit, yes, if you want to. Going to craft an item, what should I craft? You should craft an accessory. Craft an accessory. If you don't have so many great accessories yet, then you should craft accessories. Do you think I could get a reasonable bone kill with 45,000 succubus, 100,000 town archers? I think that should be pretty doable. I don't have anything to test that kill time. I wish we had beta so I could easily test that. But that should be definitely. How close to that are you right now? Oh, almost back-to-back E's. Let's go. Second drop. Do we want to count... Well, if we get a CDE, then let's count CDEs. But first of all, let's just count the E items. Knockback and slow. That's the two great lines for a crowd control unit. So you could use this... Well, the defense line could also be used in infinite colony builds, sure. So you could use this for Mechram, for example. One knockback, one slow, a little bit defense, sure. Why not? So crowd control or slingers if you don't have a better sword for slingers, sure. I have a static orb with my lightning towers. That is also an option. Like, especially before the last update, lightning towers with static orb were pretty great. Right now, when you can only get 2 lightning towers, they are not as great anymore, but still a viable option. Like Angels, Lightning Tower, both are at that part of the game where you are using Thunder Towers. They are both viable options if you want to keep them in. Attack speed, lightning, fire, and ice. Well, triple elemental with some attack speed. This is not a great accessory. In the castle reset ticket, how the castle looks? Can you please show us? Castle reset tickets. So if I press it, it gives me a window like this. So I will see it would reset my castle back to level 10,000, and I would get 385 trillion gold from it, which is the amount I have spent from leveling from level 10,000 up to level 555,556. I'm just gonna use it so it doesn't get used. There we go, it's still in here. And it works the same way for every reset ticket. So you get the window and you will see how much gold you will be getting back, and then you choose to either use it or don't use it. Cold, lightning, area skill damage, ice master, elf. Another really good one. I mean, it's a good 3 dust, so I guess that's fine. Hey View, hey Drago. I'm doing great. What's up? Speedrun in Dragon mode? Have you seen my speedrun video in Dragon mode? Oh, like when this happened, like I completely played like an idiot in here. So that was a slow kill. That should not happen. Like even there, it did the breath immediately as I cast everything, so it just kind of cancelled all of my buffs in there. Good cooldown items are not possible. The best you can have is 2 cooldown lines and 1 cooldown skill level plus 1 line. Richon, video out tomorrow. Video out tomorrow. The differences between reset tickets, silver and gold. $25,000 waves for 2 weeks. It's a great start if you are starting out. It's a great progress. Pretty happy, happy. You can get more in that time frame, but that's a very solid thing to do. If you do 25k, I would be happy. I would be proud. Yeah, so you can have an item like this with double cooldown lines. One of these cooldown could be a flat cooldown and a cooldown skill level plus 1 line. So you could have this or like this. Cooldown, cooldown, and a cooldown skill level plus 1. So this is the maximum you can have. Third line in here cannot be cooldown on either. You can't have cooldown, 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 and cooldown skill. That's impossible. So those are the max. Yeah, someone asked about other games as well. But first, Ian, hello. Glad to hear that, glad to hear that. On a guild trying to push top 50. Ooh, which guild are you in? Which guild are you in trying to push? You have your own guild or did you join something? Happy to hear I've been able to help. And what wave did I get my first DCDIQ? It was after 55,000 kills. No, it wasn't. I got it from crafting. I made a video about it. I remember when I posted it. It should be on my channel. I think it's an DCDIQ item where I'm like, in the thumbnail, I'm like reaching out to the item or something like that. That should be the first one, I guess. I will look it up later on. But yeah, other games. Someone asked if I'm playing other games than Growcastle, and Murillo asked if I plan on bringing other games to the channel. It is an excellent question. Right now, I don't have too many games I'm playing through other than Growcastle right now. I do play a little bit of PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on PC. I made a couple of videos about that. I'm just having fun in that game. I'm not a professional in any way, but it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite shooter games of all time. So I do love playing that, and I do play Maple Story, which is a really old MMO, like two-dimension MMO, and that game will get an... Wow, did we just get a back-to-back double critical S items? Wow. Stupid game, give me good items. So the Maple Story is getting like an classic server, in a way that like World of Warcraft got the World of Warcraft Classic, is it called? I haven't played World of Warcraft, so I don't know exactly. And RuneScape also got the original classic version. So in a similar way, that game is also getting a classic world. Either later this year or early 2026. I know the release date is not there, but I'm gonna be playing it myself, so I might wanna try and create some content about that game. I do like the graphics are somewhat similar to Growcastle, like cartoonish, bright colors, and it's like a very cute game. So I would love to create some content about that, but we'll see how, when it comes out and how does it work. Shooter games are toxic, it will corrupt you. True. I don't usually interact a lot with other players when I play PUBG, so I try to not be too toxic towards people. But yeah, in many games it's an issue. It's way bigger issue than in Growcastle, for example, that's for sure. I don't play Warcraft, Timothy. I'm not sure if I played some, like, way back in the years, but I don't really play, and I haven't played World of Warcraft ever. Not a single time. Not a single minute. So maybe I should play it sometime. First time ever. Like there are a couple of big games that I have never played. World of Warcraft is one of them. And also, like, Minecraft is also one of them. I have never played a single minute of those games. But I have played a lot of other games in the past. Like, I have played a lot of games. I just haven't touched those topics. I have played Diablo series. I have played Dark Souls series. I have played Battlefield series and plenty of other games in the past. You're like the only Growcastle YouTuber. That is sad. I would love that there would be more of us, but it's understandable because our dear developer is not really giving us a whole lot of content. Like, we got an update, and I've already done everything I can cover within that update, basically. Why don't you deploy more units? Because they are not doing anything. They are not doing anything. That's a valid question. Sorry I didn't answer you immediately. But yeah. It's a valid question. They are all level 10,000, which is nothing for me for this account. They are here just to give me these damage skill level lines for my setup. So these lines will boost these skills in my skills, so that I can get more damage for my damage dealers. And even if I used like towers in here, they would do absolutely nothing. I can show you. Like, let's put Thunder Tower in here and Flame Tower, and if I start the battle and I cast my witches and I cast everything like this, they do about this much damage. So they are about 0% useful for the build. They do absolutely nothing. Even the worm does 1%. So they just don't. Their purpose is just to boost my other units. They sit there, they look pretty. The reason the witches are in there is also because in the summon skill tree section, there is a skill node that will give you 5% increased damage per witch. So in here, in the summon tree, this node in here will give you 5% increased damage per witch. So that's the reason we have all the 3 witches in here. Once you can reach this node in a dragon build, then it makes sense to add all the witches in there. Another useless E item. Let's go. Well, stun attack speed cooldown is not the worst item, I guess. You could use this item definitely on slingers, for example, or other crowd control unit. Witch, Mekram even, maybe, for maybe Faunacer Hell mode. Mekram item, possibly. Not the best. At least it made it 0.1% faster. Actually, it might not make it faster. It might make it 0.1% slower. Because the Dark Assassin hero gives a critical damage debuff to enemies he hits. So every time he hits the dragon will get this debuff that will take plus 200% damage on the next critical strike. And what I want to happen is, for example, to my Succubus to do that critical strike. Because she does huge damage. Big damage. But if, for example, I use a Burning Tower, and the Burning Tower does that critical hit, it does very small damage. Very little damage. So it doesn't really, it's just kind of wasted that buff. So technically having those in might even make it a little bit slower. Also keep on casting my Goblin, who helps nothing against the dragon. He helps in XP Dungeon, but he doesn't do anything in Bone Dragon. Absolutely nothing. Sorry if I miss a question. Just ask me again after a while. I try to go through this, but you are being busy. You're being busy asking questions. I love it. When can you run Devil Horn 2 safely with the Lightning TA build? Is it just after getting 100,000 waves? There's not really any specific wave level where Devil Horn 2 becomes stable. But it would be rather having good enough items for your units. So at around 100,000 waves, you should be able to kill the Legend Dragon pretty fast. Which means you can farm for decently good items. Oh, I should not forget to cast stuff again. So you can farm like decently good items for your build. And that enables you to consistently use a higher level Devil Horn. So for example, your goal at that point, to get it to be like good and consistent, is to get double cooldown items for both of your Pure Wizard and Dark Necromancer. That is the best thing that will help you, the biggest thing. Of course, getting damage dealer items and crowd control support items, everything helps. But your main goal is to get double cooldown items for Pure Wizard and Dark Necromancer. That is, if you have double cooldown items on both item slots for both heroes, you probably can pretty safely just keep on doing DH2 without any issues. Who kills the boss fast? I can 5 jump because of the boss. The Devil Horn 5 is extremely strong, and it's not something that's reasonable, achievable. Maybe you can do it a couple of times in early on when you have just insanely high level units, but it's not something that you should be trying to achieve. Well, if you're below 1 million waves, forget about Devil Horn 5. Even at 1 million waves, it would be pretty much a miracle to be running it, I think. So it's just that hard to run. You will need to have a stable Devil Horn 5 build. You basically need to hit the 25 CDE cap. You basically need to have 25 plus 1 CDE lines. So yellow cooldown skill level plus 1 lines for your build. So lines like where do I have something? So yellow cooldown skill level plus 1 lines. If you can't hit the max, then it's gonna be really next to impossible to run a stable Devil Horn 5 build. Maybe you can run it, but it's not going to be that stable. It's not going to be great. So the question was, who is a fast boss killer? It really depends on your build. There's a lot of good boss killers in the game. Succubus is one of the best. In Poison build, Succubus and then Sarah as a leader are really great boss killers. Downarchers are not bad boss killers at all either. In Lightning build, well, Thor as a leader is not that bad. Dark Lightning Archer is your core boss killer in Lightning build, basically. Shoes is not totally terrible either. There's a lot of pretty useful boss damage dealers in many different skill trees, depending which element you use. Hayden, welcome. Hey Hassan Dado, welcome, welcome. Are you ever going to make a first Bone Dragon kill build guide? I have made a couple of different Bone Dragon build videos in the past. They should be foundable on my channel. It kind of depends on so many factors. Maybe I will do a new account and play it until I can beat the Bone Dragon, so I could do that. It's a possible thing. It's a possible thing for the future. Jan, I'm from Finland. Greetings to Brazil. Greetings. How is the weather in there? Is it like rainy season or summer or whatever? What is the season currently? Do you miss physical build every single day? I would love to use Giants again. I would so much love to use Giants again. I don't understand Succubus. Well, basically Succubus is a poison hero. She has claws and she goes like that. A lot of damage. Boom. With a little bit better explanation, she has extremely high attack speed. So that's what you capitalize on when you use Succubus as a damage dealer. The Honey Trap Monster Tempt skill is basically completely useless. It doesn't do anything. Well, it does, but it's just not meaningful. The only thing you need is the fast attacks and also the critical damage. So that's where all the Succubus damage come from. And if you want to use Succubus, you will need the poison tree like this, like you see in here. You will basically need everything in this poison tree in here. The main thing are these nodes in here, which are for the Succubus specifically. Without these, there's no point in using her. But also everything in here as the poison damage boosting lines is kind of also required. If you can't reach the poison tree, then Succubus will not be good for you. Hey Shrimp, and hey Calypso, oh boy, I did an oopsie. Calypso. If you take a look at my castle level, you might notice something that strikes resemblance to some previous event. I did not do it on purpose. I can swear. It's just I have absolutely no words how that happened, but it just happened. I swear, the game probably does extra clicks on its own. In Downarcher colony build fire for the unit. When you use down cannons, then you use fire for the enemies that spawn. In Downarcher Hell mode, you use also fire for all the enemies that spawn in Hell mode. And in Waving, you just use, well, lightning if most of your units are lightning. Or if you are not using the cannons, if you're using the normal town archers in your infinite colony build, then it's just critical damage, basically. Best item lines on Succubus are critical chance and attack speed. So basically these three in here. Having one poison damage or one critical damage are okay as well. I think either one of those mixed with crit chance and attack speed should be close to the optimal. There's like a lot of different combinations that are like best. But just mainly wanna focus on critical chance and attack speed. Those are the best two lines. Well, Harsh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It might drop any second. Trust me. Any second now. Almost summer? Oh, nice. 25 Celsius is a dream. At 35, that's slightly too much, I guess. But well, we currently have around 0 Celsius right now, so I would trade at least for a few days. I don't really like the cold weather. I do like warm weather. For 15,000 waves, I would recommend the Lightning Town Archer build. It is linked in the description, by the way. And I should have it in here. Let's see, this command should give the link to the free auto battle build in the chat, maybe. Come on, bot. Don't let me down. There we go. Yes! So, the link in chat right now is what I would recommend. My favorite hero is giants, stone giants, because not because they were the greatest at one point, but I liked them before and I like them still because they look absolutely goofy with their stone giant helmets. I have Calypso. I have no freaking clue. I have absolutely no clue. It must be some sort of a karma for doing it for you. Don't like the gold and live in Finland. I like everything else except the gold, which is kind of unfortunate because it's like half of the time it's dark and gold. Otherwise, it's nice. There's nothing. There's no insects that will be there out there to kill you. And all the annoying insects, they die out when winter comes. So we get rid of them. And yeah. The summers are really pretty. Do you find it understandable to make Dark Elf the damage dealer? No. Dark Elf is just for healing purposes. She will never be a damage dealer. What wave did you complete to finish the Oak Colony? Wow. It's been like 7 years since I did on this account, so I don't exactly remember. But usually, like, if you can beat an Oak Colony that is twice, the defense is twice your wave level, you are doing really well. So if you speed it at around 60,000-ish waves, then that's completely, like, at least it's not slow. You can do it a bit later as well, but that is complete. Like, if you can do it, that's really good. That's really good. Why am I not answering you? What did I miss? How much time do I need to spare? I got the defeat. I got the defeat because I was looking for the comment. How much time do I need to spend to get 1 million waves? Excellent question. If you're completely starting out, your early game will obviously be quite slow. Anyone here who has recently started and is just around the 1 million mark, how long did it take you? Oh yeah, that video in the chat right now is basically the beginner video. It doesn't start from the wave 0, but that's what I would recommend. Just go with that and you will not go wrong. Yeah, I went from 16k to 1 million in about 9 to 10 months. That sounds pretty reasonable. So it really depends if you can run the game 24/7 or not. But like within the first year is really a reasonable thing if you really like put some thought into your builds and then know what you're doing. So like 9 to 10 months. Yeah, you was running 24/7. Okay, yeah. So if you wouldn't be able to do it, then it would take, obviously it would take so much longer. Do you think if you didn't exist, would giants be nerfed? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Are you saying that it's my fault that giants got nerfed? That would be hilarious. Oh boy. I'm not ready to take the blame. See ya, Barrick. I'm not ready to take the blame on that. I can take the blame on anything else, but not my giants, not my dear giants. Yes, I think they would have been nerfed. Anyway. Eventually. For this dragon build, the main damage dealers are Town Archers and Succubus, so it just looks like this. Any tips for the Orc Colony at the Infinite Castle? I also made a video about that, it's linked in the description as well. Let's see, how does it look like? Let me check the description. How did I... Yeah, it's there. It's the third video link called Colony Build. In there you will find a really nice Orc Colony / Infinite Colony build. And yeah, Hars, in here we get something like... I don't remember what was the peak temperature. It was closer to 40 maybe on some day, but like 35 is usually the peak. And those are not really super common. Like usually summers are something like 23 to 26, 27 degrees or something like that. And that's really nice. Last summer was hotter than usually. We had like a longer period of like closer to 35 degrees and so on. So it was a little bit like hell. Because, yeah, I don't have an AC in this apartment. So this apartment was like a sauna. Like a 24/7 sauna, which is nice, but also not that nice. Yeah, they are not common at all. They are not common at all. Like, usually it's between 20 and 30 in most cases. Like, it's really, really rare. But we had some heat wave last summer, which was just about crazy. Oh, yeah. The architect... Sorry, Shrimpo. Sorry. I was supposed to answer that, but I got distracted. It's just for the damage skill level lines. I mean, I can cast him. Look at this. The beautiful wall. And the beautiful wall does not take any damage from the dragon. It's beautiful, but it does nothing. Like, the dragon literally cannot kill it. It still does nothing. But it's invincible wall. Invincible wall where no immigrants are gonna get past. Yeah, the two archers in there are... Well, I guess more than 0, but it's pretty much like a placebo level buff, I think, because I'm not even sure if they are buffed. Like, I don't think they get haste buff, do they? But like, are they buffed, like, for example, for the Dark Skeleton at all either? Like, do they get any buffs or not? I'm not sure. But they do get summed up in the same damage as Town Archers, so I guess it's better than nothing. And since they don't get killed by the Bone Dragon's attacks, that's nice. Maybe I should try... I wish we had beta. I could try like a Architect Dragon build. How does that work? Prawn Mate and Hellmode kill with Sandra Architect. Yeah, that was like a really early game Hellmode build, right? I guess in that case it works. Up to a certain point, I guess, sure. But like, I don't think that build... I don't really remember what the build was like, but I don't think it's like a reasonable build for top 300 right now. I could be wrong. But I would love to see Architect having some real use case, like an actual use case in the game. When can we start using Poseidon and Succubus? They are characters I really like, but they are not useful at all, where I am at 85,000 waves. Yeah. They both basically, well, every hero in the game basically suffers from the same issue. You need to have the elemental tree for that hero. If it's a damage dealer hero, you need to have the elemental tree for that hero in order for that hero to be strong enough to be used, like considered to be used. So the answer is like at the points where you can reach the poison tree for Succubus, and where you can reach the ice tree for Poseidon. And that it does take a lot of skill points. And at 85,000 waves, if you are a lightning build user, it's just not possible. Technically, you could start as a poison build user from the early on, and then you would get Succubus in your build. But I would still just recommend starting with the lightning instead. And just it's gonna take a while, but you will eventually get enough skill points for that. Like around like what 500,000 plus waves when you start really focusing on leveling all of your units to level 10,000 for extra skill points. You get an insane amount of extra skill points from that, so that really boosts your chances of using multiple different skill trees. Full physical with Dark Bowmaster as damage dealer? I mean, I guess up to a certain level it will work, but it just can't compete for sure. Who else are you using in the physical build than Dark Bowmaster? Like sure, you got boss damage from the Dark Bowmaster, but who else are you using? Wow, Shrimp! Congratulations, 20 damage! Did you have the lowest damage for the season? That should give you a reward. Oh, have we not gotten any E items in like 15 minutes, or did I just not remember to update the counter? DH4? DH4? Who are you using? Who are you using the build? Is it Town Archer build? Town Archer and Bowmaster? Is Ice build viable in like early mid game? Well, I actually thought about it one day, like a couple of days ago. I guess if you want to do an early game Ice build, it's doable. It won't be the best, and you will have to probably include Town Archers in the build, no matter what you do, because you are just lacking boss damage in your early game Ice build. Sure, you can use like Poseidon Ice Sorcerer, for example, or and like that to deal a lot of ground monster damage. But you are lacking like an ice damage dealer. No, air damage dealer, like a flying unit damage dealer, and you are also lacking a boss killer. So you kind of need at least like Town Archers to fill in those roles. So in that case, I guess it's doable. I wouldn't really recommend it. I would instead I would start with Poison and go with Town Archers instead. I do have a girlfriend, yes. With Dark Elf sustain? So are you using just Bowmaster and Dark Elf? Who else are you using in your build? Who is doing the damage? Is it all Bowmaster? That sounds really interesting. Does she allow you to play whenever you want? Um, Absolutely. I mean, parts of being an adult is kind of like the perks of being an adult is like choosing what you want to do and when you want to do, basically. But of course, when in life, you can't just all the time do everything you want whenever you want, because you always have to compromise and you have to like be reasonable about things. But yes. Oh yeah, poison, fire, fire, stun. Let's go. It's a wild concept because I haven't ever really like put any thought into that. Like, I've always done it when I want to, for example, play. Like, I play, or we play together. It's not that difficult. I shall get the DCDIQ staff exactly when I reach 1 million defense. I would love that. Holy crap, that would make such an awesome content. Imagine that. 1 million defense. Boom. DCDIQ staff. Boom. That would be like the peak of my life. At that point, I could retire. Like, holy crap. So yeah, I do hope you're right. Your guild name is Sayonara 30. How come you have chosen that exact name for your guild, Peter? If I use physical build for the dragons, after I put all the important skill points for physical build, including the TA item slot, should I start making my way to the poison tree to use succubus? I will come to the orc band in a moment. Give me a moment. Well, yes, in a way that succubus is an excellent boss killer and that will make your farming faster. But no, in a way that I would not level succubus just for farming purposes. Of course, if you really want to, you can do that. But if you are, I assume like you are using lightning town as a build, right? So after you get the town archer section and the physical tree to sustain your dark elf and your healing, then you can go to the lightning section instead and boost your lightning damage dealers. But if you end up getting enough skill points that you can use succubus in your way build, then I would probably go that route instead. And well, later on, when you have, if you use succubus in your way build and you have a lot of skill points, enough skill points to reach that, at that point I would use the skill tree in my farming setup, in dragon setup, in a way that I would start from the poison tree instead and then go for the town archer and the physical section, like I have done in here. Like, when you start from the poison, if you use succubus as a true damage dealer, when you start from the poison, you will get 10% more damage from this node in here. So that gives you more DPS for succubus. So at that point, you should like reset the skill tree and start from the poison, and then go to town archers and go to the physical, get the strafe nodes for bowmaster and so on. But it's just, I'm not sure. is that an understandable advice in any way? But I would go for the lightning. When you are done with Thanos and physical section, I would go and pick the hammer node for Thor and Zeus if you use the lightning build, because that's just gonna be boosting your kill time against the Lesson Dragon a lot. And then if you can get the lightning tree, then you will be, at that point you will be speed farming the Lesson Dragon. And once you get to the Bone Dragon farming, then you will start to have enough skill points to also get the Succubus nodes as well, maybe. So at that point it will be more reasonable to get her in the build. But again, I mean, it's your game, it's your play, so if you want to get Succubus early on for the Dragon build and you want to level her up just for that reason, I am not stopping you. And I'm sure you are not going to be the only one who would do that, so... Hey, Dragon. Orc Band. Okay. Orc Band. What do you do not understand about Orc Band? Or what do you do understand about Orc Band? Let's start with that. Nice try, game. Nice try. IQ Sword with 1 cooldown line. Okay. Double cooldown would have been useful for Elizabeth, so I could have saved that. This one I do not need at all. Helped a lot, thanks. I was just a bit lost about where to use my skill points. Yeah. Also, if you can't, like after getting the 3 nodes, if you can't reach, for example, the hammer node yet, and the lightning tree, you can temporarily go in the ice tree, get this node. This will boost your heroes when you cast Dark Skeleton. And also this sword node in here. So these 2 nodes in the ice tree, you can temporarily pick these. And then when you can reach the second section, you can just refund the ice tree and go for the second section instead. Like towards the lightning tree instead. But like even having just the Dark Skeleton node in here temporarily is better than having just a couple of nodes in here with EXP and gold nodes. So that's like a midway point you can do. So Orc Band. Orc Band gives you more monsters. Orc Band gives you more monsters in here as a base passive ability. So when you use him in your build, in every wave you will encounter more monsters. That means the waves will be harder. He's used in gold builds. If you use a free auto battle build, you should not be using Orc Band. It doesn't really help you. But in gold build it's used because you get more monsters. That means you can kill more monsters and get more gold from those monsters. So in that sense, he boosts your gold income. Then he has the ability where you get +1 skip with every 4 waves when you have the promoted version. And this just means when you use time auto battle, so if you have time auto battle hours, every 4 waves you will get 1 extra wave done. So it's just a wave. When you use time auto battle, you can get a couple of more waves. It does not work in free auto battle, so, and in gold auto battle either. It only works in time auto battle. Video for First World Colony. I've been thinking about that, yeah. I have done video for the First World Colony for the physical build and also for the Pure Lightning build in the past. The Pure Lightning build basically still works. It's in my channel in the Lightning section. I would just include Town Archers in. So if I'm gonna do a video about that, it will be the same build with Town Archers. So very small differences in there. But yeah, I will probably do like a new early game account so that I can do that as well. It will take a while though. What is this thing that stands above the dragon statue and what is its benefit? The duck in here. The duck in here above the dragon statue is just like an Easter egg that was added in the game in honor of a player called Jappy, who was a... Well, he was in the Sayonara Guild and he was a really active, enthusiastic player and also a huge part of the community. He passed away recently and this was the developer's way of honoring him. So that's why the duck is here. The duck doesn't really do anything, it just flies away if you tap it. But it's just like a nice, it's like an Easter egg in the game. How is the bot number 2? Oh lord, you are losing the bot again. Oh no, am I losing when I'm drinking? I should not drink. Don't drink and bone. Ooh, that was scary. Safe. For 50,000 waves, I would also recommend the Lightning Down as a build. Link in the description, the first video link in the description. Dragon, I would rather you keep your own account, thank you very much. Like, account sharing in general, or selling or giving away is not really allowed in the game. So just keep your game. Yeah, there's not really any precise way for profitable gold auto battle build. It really comes down to the question when your items are good enough so that you can handle it. What you need is the 10th E item, and it's a complete garbage. Let's go. You will need in the skill tree. Well, you will be traveling a little bit across the outer circles. You will be getting quite a few of these 1% increased bonus golds. So these are part of the important stuff that you need, but also this node in the summon tree. This one you will definitely need if you wanna reach a profitable gold auto battle build. So 10% more monsters, same as in the way like as Orc Band works, it gives you more monsters, so when you kill them you get more gold per wave. So this is what you will need to reach. If you can't reach that, then doing a profitable gold auto battle build is not really a thing. Why do you shake your head left and right when you look at the chat? I'm sorry. Should I just like sit here like a robot and not do anything? I can absolutely show you the damage graph. Yes, let's go. In this build, it's just the Town Archers and Succubus. No one else is doing any damage for the Bone Dragon. Even the Goblin. Goblin is level 669,000. So really high. In waves, he's like my #1 damage dealer. But he can't hit the dragon. Like, he just physically can't hit the Bone Dragon. He can maybe hit him once when it spawns, but after that he just can't. I don't know why. He can't hit the dragon, so unfortunately he doesn't help me. So this build that I use for my waving, which is the fire build, we can do a wave, let's see if we have a lag or not, relies on fire units for clearing out normal monsters. They do a lot of damage in waves, but they don't help at all in farming. They are terrible boss killers. So that means that this setup has a not so great boss killing or farming capabilities, which is also why it's mainly a Devil Horn 5 build, because at this point you should have done a lot of farming already and you should have most of your items in check. Have you tried changing Goblin promotion? Does it change anything? Hey Neo, I have not. We can do that. Which one is better, Devil Horn 1 Gold Auto Battle or Devil Horn 2 Free Auto Battle? I would go with Devil Horn 2 Free Auto Battle. Basically, I would also go with Devil Horn 3 Free Auto Battle before, like, over doing Devil Horn 2 Gold Auto Battle. Like, your main goal is to get Devil Horn 3 gold auto battle to work. But yeah, definitely Devil Horn 2 with 3 auto battle in that case. So like in here, like in waves, my fire units, they do a lot of damage. Goblin and Windy both. But in dragons, they are just useless. So trying the other promotion. So the black powder. Can it hit the dragon if we do this? Let's try it. We don't have any gunpowder heroes, so we can't get boost for that. I don't think he does. Maybe he does? No, he does not. He definitely does not. Okay, it doesn't. It changes nothing. Yeah. The same way as the dragon can't hit my Great Wall of Growcastle from the Architect, my Goblin can't hit the dragon. So really weird ways how the hitboxes work in that case, I guess. Clash of Clans, I do not play, no. I may played it for like 15 minutes or so in my life. I never really started to play it, unfortunately. Quick question, if you have a gold per hit item, does it still work in free auto battle? No. Gold per hit does not work in free auto battle because you can't get gold from the wave itself. Like from the monsters. You can't get gold from the monsters, so you can't get gold from gold per hit. And gold per hit in general is such a terrible line in items, so don't focus too much on those. Hey Marco, how's it going? How about place Goblin lower? I think the issue is just he can't hit. For some reason the dragon is too high up, so he can't reach the dragon. We can try setting Goblin in here. Sure, that's an easy test. Like you just see him bombing the far right edge of the screen, so I don't think it does. In here we got like one hit in, I guess. So maybe this placement helps us getting the initial one hit in. Like when dragon spawns, I think it's slightly different. Okay, here we are at 0 again, so no, it doesn't. It was just a good luck for that one kill. So when dragon spawns, it's in slightly different placement. So I guess when the head is like coming from the edge, then the explosion can hit the Bone Dragon once, which will result in like 1% damage in here if that does happen, like in here. But after that, it just doesn't work anymore, which is unfortunate. I did ask the developer if that's intended or not. I am waiting for a reply to that question, so I guess we will have to find out if it's actually intentional or just something he has overlooked and forgotten. Started playing Plants vs Zombies 2 a little time ago. Nice, nice, nice. Enjoying it. Regarding the Lightning Earth Colony build, is the skill tree the same as the Meta Wave Lightning tree? Yeah. You can use the same skill tree in the Earth Colony build than in your waving. Yes. Hey. Goblin does some. It really varies. Like wave, let's do a wave. Let's see. Like some waves he does a bit more than in the others. He does a little bit. Windy is terrible. Like, well, you get like one tornado to hit the bosses, so kind of understandable. She doesn't do that much boss damage. But Goblin, it really depends like on the procs a little bit and the overall wave itself. But Goblin does like in here 10-ish% boss damage. Windy is only 5%. Not great, but at least something. This was a really low wave for Succubus boss damage. I think this should be higher usually. Like, it really depends on the procs a little bit. If we go to Expert Dungeon, let's do Expert Dungeon. I switched the Altar of Death, by the way, in here. So in here, Goblin should do a bit more. Like, we got 8% damage in here. So he does help a little bit when you do dungeon farming. So at least that's a kind of a nice... Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a plus, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, I could replace Goblin from this build, but there's just not really anyone who I could use, like, who would benefit me, so might as well use him in here whenever I decide to do dungeons for that few percent of damage. If I would use something, then it would just be some hero who does nothing, so that I could get a couple of more damage skill level or hero damage skill level +1 lines for the setup, but yeah. Yo, Iron Fist, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you want auto-click, then put a Lego machine like me to auto-clicking the buttons physically. Well, technically that could still count as an auto-clicker, so I would not do that, because that's not you physically playing the game. That could be counted as an auto-clicker, which is not okay. Could you make a video ranking every red and yellow line? That might not be such a terrible idea. I will keep that in mind. Maybe not so much for the red lines. All of them are not looking at summon timeline. All of the others are basically useful in certain situations, but maybe also going through that could make some sense. What? Mimic. Mimic is not gonna be top 1. It's gonna be top 1, and then we're gonna flip the whole thing over and then bury the top 1 in the dirt and never dig it up and never speak of it again. What I've been planning is I might, if I have the time and dedication, and if I see it as a useful thing, I would like to create maybe like a playlist of like 2-minute, 3-minute long videos. Each video going through a single hero and like what items do you need for that hero, what nodes do you need in the skill tree for that hero, and like what is the purpose of that hero in general in either waving or other game modes. Like a small, fast-paced hero guides for every hero, or at least most. I'm not sure if that's something that would be needed, but it's been something I've been thinking of doing. What do you think? Is that a useful thing, or should I just make like a one video going through all the most of the units and their items and stuff? I like it. It's a better version of the original one with more features, more plants, and more content. It's nice. It's nice when a second version of the game is in any way better than the original, because quite often there's the risk. Well, maybe when there's games, like the first game can be good, the second game can be better than the original, but then the third game is usually high risk, because there's a huge chance it's just gonna be like a cash grab that's made to, I don't know, milk money from the fans without actually delivering a good content. Maybe it's less hard to live up for the hype if it's a really, really great and successful game franchise. But like, it's always a huge risk. One video for sure. So like one really long video instead of like a playlist containing all of the different videos, different heroes. Where and when and for what should I use tab? I have 12 hours now and I have no idea how to use it. At your state of the game, I would just try to save it and just use it for infinite colony. Whenever you want to do infinite colony, just use it with the time auto battle, since you don't have to manually go through the trouble of doing the colony. It's really handy. Otherwise, at your game level, I would just save it. If you can keep on saving your time auto battle until you reach like 500-600, maybe a bit more waves, 500,000-600,000 waves. At that point, you are in a reasonable high level where you can set up as high level gold build as you can, and then spend those time auto battle hours you have accumulated, and then use that extra gold to level up like a bunch of your heroes from low level to level 10,000. So you get a lot of those level 10,000 units done with those auto battle hours. The longer you wait until you use those hours, the more you will get out of them for that purpose. But somewhere around like 500-600,000 waves is usually pretty nice point to start using them. So I would just save them for that. Because you want, for anyone wondering, you will want to level up every unit to level 10,000 eventually. Because you will get one skill point for the skill tree for each unit that you get to level 10,000. So that's why you will eventually want all of your units to level 10,000. If you don't use them, there's no point to leveling them up more. But at least for that level 10,000, that is the goal for each hero. What's up, random person? Come to Brazil, it's very amazing. Never been there, maybe one day I will. Never been in that part of the world. I've only been in Europe and Asia in my life. So far. What did I miss? Someone asked about attack speed or boss damage for runes for DLA. I would go for attack speed for the reasons that will help you against everything that's not a boss monster, instead of just against the bosses. And also she already has plus 100% boss damage in her passive ability, so it's just easier to boost the attack speed instead. Because the attack speed is like your strafe ability's attack speed is tied to your hero's attack speed, so boosting your attack speed will give you faster strafe. Also, attack speed runes are just easier to farm. Is the mechanic leader any useful? Not good enough to be used, I suppose, in wave builds. I haven't tried in like farming builds, even in beta. I don't think it's good enough. Well, it shouldn't be. He or she is used in some hero hell mode builds that I do know of. But that's like the only place I know she's being used. So it's very niche use case. And for 99% of us, the hero hell mode build is just not something that is better than using the Town Archer hell mode build, which is just far easier to use. And for most, will just yield far better results. Oh, we are at max crystals. Should we craft? Hey F. Sane, welcome. Glad you were able to join. How are you doing? Can you turn on captions for next stream? I don't think it's possible to do live captions through YouTube. There will be subtitles available, like automatic subtitles available once the stream ends. Every stream I do in YouTube will automatically be turned into a video after I go offline. So you can always find them on my channel in the live stream tab. And YouTube will automatically make some subtitles for it. But it's not up to do like a live. Because it's just not like the YouTube translation, it's fast enough. An absolute legend. That's great to hear. Great to hear you're doing fine. Okay, in general, if I call you by a different name than your Discord name, just usually because people have different names in Discord and in YouTube. And I'm terrible with names, so it's really hard for me to always connect the names. So don't get mad at me if I don't call you by your Discord name. That goes for everyone. 11th item, we got our damage skill level item. I guess this might be the best item we have gotten today, because it's a knockback, stun chance, cooldown, sure. This is not a terrible item, for example, for slingers. Damage skill level still helps. It's not the CDE line, but damage skill level helps you. Can be used in farming build, can be used in way build, can be used in colony build. It's not a terrible item at all. And stun and knockback is... You don't necessarily need to have double stun or double knockback for the item. For slingers, for example, you can have an item like this and one line of each. And then on the sword, you could have double stun, for example. That's completely fine. I will not keep this. It's a little bit tempting with the damage skill level, but yeah, I'm not going to be keeping it. 2 hours for auto battle. Let's go. Let's save the game. I see, Marco. I see. Also, in general, I'm super terrible with names in real life as well. It's a wonder that I even remember my own name. To reset game progress, you really just don't have any other options than just like delete the game, then re-download it, and when you start like re-download it, it will start from the scratch, and then you will use a different email to save your new game on. You can't delete the progress on your current email that you're using for this game right now. So you just kind of have to create a new email and use that for your game. How strong are your goblin items? Okay, let's go goblin items. I have triple critical CDE as a hammer. This was on my Zeus in my previous build before DH5. This was on my Zeus. So this is way too good hammer that I could pass on this. I had the option, like I was let's see where it is. I was thinking about using... I should use the search function. Wait, is it in here? No. In here? No. Did I delete? I had like an item quality hammer. Where the hell did I put that on? No, this one. I lied. It was a double crit chance fire damage. So I was planning on using this on Goblin. But then when I remember that I have the Zeus hammer, which is the triple critical, allowed me to get to the 25 CDs, I just couldn't ignore that. So that's the hammer. And the accessory is also double attack speed crit chance. It's not a CDE, so in that sense it's not a perfect item. But attack speed and crit chance are both strong lines for Goblin. I speak, well, Finnish as my native language and then English when I stream or make videos. And I know a little bit of Swedish, and that's pretty much it. Other than some random words. No, if you will have to just re-download the game, if you want to start a new game, and just use different email. How many ways is it possible to skip? Well, with Devil Horn you can do +5 Devil Horn, which gives you +6 skip. If you use a +30 skip with crystals, and combine that with Orc Band and Military Band Female, then you can have a +32 skip. So that's the max. I'm not forgetting any, am I? That is the max current that you can have. They shut down the third game. Damn. Must have been a great game then. Must have been a great game. But Neo, if I remember correctly, you should have some decent items for Goblin as well. Like, they don't have to be perfect. He's a really strong unit. And, like, he just needs to be good enough. And that's like enough. DC, I think the second option, crit damage, attack speed. You want some crit chance definitely for your Goblin, and attack speed helps. I would probably say take the L item, crit chance, crit damage, fire damage. Those are great lines. But what you really need, if you do use Goblin, you will need the TNT rune. You will need this from the intermediate dungeon as close to 50% as possible. It's the max for the rune. Over 40%, as close to 50% as you can. That is a huge amount of the damage. Should I farm red dragons? Currently around 4,700 waves and still can't kill Sin or kill the boss in the beginner dungeon. Well, if you want to, you can kill the red dragon. I would personally not recommend it. Just if you keep on waving a little bit longer, you will be able to beat Sin. And Sin is just miles ahead in terms of being a valuable thing to kill than the red dragon. Just so much better option. Even the Sin is not the greatest thing to farm, but it's a so much better option than the red dragon that I would just be patient for a little bit longer, and soon enough you will be able to kill Sin. I did make a dragon build video just a few days ago. It's linked in the description. But yeah, at that point, before you can kill Sin, you don't really need items. You don't really need items yet. Anything you can get from the earlier dragons, you will end up replacing in a heartbeat anyway. So if you want to, sure. If you want to have fun with the dragons, that's okay, but it's just not really the best use of your time. And the the dungeon, you don't have to worry about it. Basically, after you have been killing Sin for a while, then you can do a couple of beginner dungeons. But even at that point, it's not really your priority. Like, the only things you really maybe want from the beginner dungeon is the damage skill level and the hero damage skill level runes. Only those two. Those are basically the only things that you want at that point. Anything else is just like unnecessary at that point. So only the 2 runes in there. And even though you don't need those, like, you don't really need those until much later on. I currently have 853,000 bone dragons, so a bit less than 150,000 defense left to go for the 1 million. Hey Siri, what's up? What's up? What's up? Doing great. Chilling, chilling. How about you? Actually, I have two options for goblin: crit damage, double fire damage, or double crit chance gold rate. Probably double crit chance, because you will usually use the fire orb on your goblin, which is a lot of crit damage. If you do go with the crit damage item, then you would probably need to use the luck orb on goblin. If you don't need the luck orb on anyone else, then I guess that's an option. But because the fire critical orb has a high roll, it can go to 125% crit damage. It's just like the better option to use on goblin. So in that case, you want more crit chance from the lines, so that you can do a lot more crits. Chill, that's nice. And no PUBG today, it's on Wednesday, right? So chilling a little bit. You guys gonna go, how many weeks do you have left? Like, you have like 2 weeks left for the season or something? This game got an update, what, a bit over a month ago, so we got like a new maximum hard difficulty for the waving, which is a hard difficulty for sure. Of course, I can do it. I could do it better. I can currently clear it, so I'm just kind of farming for more better stuff right now. But no harder things to farm, which is unfortunate. What is DOD? Marco, we'll see, we'll see. Area skill damage is okay for some heroes. For example, using damage dealer Dark Assassin, for example, area skill damage boosts his damage, and also like Windy, for example. So the way area skill damage works is when you equip an item that has an area skill damage line on it, you will see on that hero, you will see the percentual damage in like the ability description. This will increase by the amount of percent you have in this item. So let's see, in here, for example, these items don't have area skill damage. So the tornado damage is 720%. Now, if I use the area skill damage line, it goes to 817%. So it increases that. If you equip an item with an area skill damage on a unit and you see no difference in this description window for the skill, for any skill, in that case, the area skill damage does not work on that hero. It does absolutely nothing. That's like an easy way to test if it works on that hero or not. But area skill damage alone is not like a god tier line, so it needs to be paired with other useful lines in order for it to be useful. Oh, this is last week already. Okay. Ouch. Okay. You just have to whip your team so they are ready and they will know what to do. Just tell them that they have to perform. There's no other option. And then the next season starts before the end of the year, or is it in 2026? Why are you not part of this game? I just made a video about that last Friday. You should check it. You think there should be a dragon after bone? I think so. I do think so. Are we seriously at 12 drops? No way, right? Yeah, I mean, boosting the L chance for Bone Dragon would make sense, but also just give us a damn harder thing to farm. Like, there's a lot of people who can speed farm the Bone Dragon at this point. Give us something harder to do. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice that we can just chill farm it when doing other stuff, but it's just... we want some excitement! Calypso, what the hell? What the hell? What? Do hell mode. Do hell mode, you get gold. Need more gold. Do hell mode. Ah, nice. When does that start, Jerry? I suppose those are streamed as well. Are you guys going to be playing with the same team as you play in currently, or do you have a different team setup coming up? Good luck, Marco. Good luck. Oh yeah, we were supposed to craft. No one reminded me. Wow. Or maybe I ignored it. You can add runes to L items. Yes, you can add runes to any item. But like, basically L items are good enough to justify placing runes on. Yes. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, see you next time, Marco. Have a good one. Okay, let's go do that crafting. One dungeon run for good luck, and then we do crafting. Let's go! Ah, stupid dungeon. Okay, 6 items. Not published yet, it's usually November, December. Yeah, I see, okay. Well, I'll be waiting for that because I wanna watch it. It will be interesting. Just please tell me when it happens. I find it like, not just in the Finnish, but in just like PUBG tournaments and events in general, I think they have been trying to improve their communications, but I still find it needlessly difficult to keep in touch, like what is happening and when and how are the things connected. It's just complete chaos. As chaos and shit is as this item, like wow, holy crap. Cooldown. We haven't gotten a single cooldown skill level +1 item today, have we? 13 drops from Bone Dragon and 15 items crafted, not a single one. Wow. Stun slow, sure, could be used on Dorothy, for example. Damage and Fire Mastery though are useless for that purpose, so to the dustbin we go. Now this one is again Mechram or Slinger item. Paired with a nice accessory, this is not a terrible item at all. Well, the Fire Mastery is... yeah, that's not great. But knockback and speed slow, those are all great lines for crowd control units, so definitely useful. Useful for that. I don't need it. I will... if you get one, save it. I don't need it personally for this account. This one... no. Yeah, it just doesn't make, like... even as a person who is interested in the game and watching the games, it's so hard to find the information, and even when something is happening, if I try to Google for it, for example, I just don't find what is happening. I don't understand how they can be so bad at it. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we are... no, this bow is... no. No. Okay, no DCDIQ yet. No DCDIQ yet. Let's get a couple of more E items, I guess, from Bone. Da, 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 da. Oh, by the way, Yuri, I think during this week there is a Maple Story Con happening in the US, and I think they will announce when the classic server for Maple Story will come. So it will be either later this year, or early 2026. If it works well, I think I will probably lose my life in it. Yeah, this year, okay. I do, yeah, I appreciate the feedback. I think we should just make maybe an Google Sheets version for the items. There's a couple that exist, but like for my server specifically, and then I could go through that in a video. I guess that would be the easiest way. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, let's do hope so. I mean, my greatest concern is that will there be EU server and America server, like two different versions? Like, of course, I would like to play EU, but I think the player base, like even the base game, the player base is just dead. So it will probably be even more dead if it gets divided between the base game and the origin, like the classic server. But then again, if we go to the US server, will the lag be too bad? I think you played at some point in the US server, maybe? So I'm just worried if it is playable at all. Because I would rather be there with the higher player base than in an European server with, well, nothing. Hey, Matty! Matty, welcome. How are you doing? Absolutely nothing. Like, it's been complete shit throughout the day. Like, nothing. Like, semi-useful items for early game players, but that's it. And I also messed up my castle level when I tried to do 5-5-5-5-5-5, so it's been an absolute disaster of a day. I hope yours has started a little bit better. Maybe. We were closer to, like, around 900 billion again for Helmut last season. Do you think you will be knocking on that 1 trillion gate soon? Maybe this season? How do you feel? In Classic, do you really need players? Like, it was more party grind? Yes, it was. Maybe not in the first, like, second job, but third job and fourth job, definitely, like, parties of 2 to 4 people, usually, grinding. And not, like, single player solo gaming like it's now. And also, for bosses, you would need, like, 4 full parties. Well, you need full parties for higher hard bosses right now. But for any boss like Sakum, for example, you would need multiple full parties to be able to clear it. So, yeah, you kind of need to have dedicated, strong players on the server to be able to enjoy it. Oh, you had all 3 swords left. Ah, oh, that's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to get it. You'll definitely be able to get it. It's just a matter of when. Damn. You will get it this season. I have a feeling you will get it this season. I will say that the meta doesn't matter if you have enough determination. Determination will get you quite far. That is true. That is true. That is true. It does have its own limits, but yeah. Having enough determination will will help a lot. Hey Nixio, we are live, we are live. Alive and kicking. For a moment at least. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and when you get it 1 trillion, damn. Then just a smooth ride from there on. Comment about NA lag. Not that bad. The only bad thing is the item pickup. Okay. So like healing at bosses and everything is fine even with the lag. So as long as there's pets, I do hope they are available in the game. I don't remember when they were added to the game. Okay, so that sounds it would be doable. Then I will probably go there for sure. 5 CDs and new bow. Yeah, I can also feel it. Like I'm able to pretty much reach the 25 CDs for the Helmut build. So yeah, it's so much easier after the update for sure. We're talking about Maple Story. You remember Calypso? I showed you on Discord screen share. When was it? Early this year? Like the two-dimensional MMO game that you understood absolutely nothing about. They're gonna be making like a classic server version of that game. Like the game was released in 2006 or so. So a classic version about that. I play with BlueStacks, Drew. BlueStacks personally, but other options for sure work. I just haven't really tried anything else because it's been always working for me without issues. How about other people? What emulator are you currently using for growcastle? Which is your favorite, if you have experience on multiple ones? I think I had Nox Player at some point, but BlueStacks just kind of happened. I just started using it and never stopped. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Maddie, I got 1.5 trillion and I was happy. I was happy. I want more though. I believe I should be able to get more, but it's just it's so scary. It's so scary. I don't know. But yeah, I should probably try to record a 1.5 trillion run. And then hopefully like camp for someone would fully watch it. Watch like 1,000 ads. And most importantly point out my mistakes, what I can do to get even more. I tried to do a run today earlier and I failed at 877, so I don't think I will be doing another one this season. This was like I used altar just before dying, and then I just like created a bit. So this was basically pre-power up. So I don't know. I think isn't Arno still using TA hell mode, or is he using another build right now? I'm not sure. This might be a TAL mode. Maybe. I'm not completely sure. Oh, that's Hero. Oh, okay. Okay, that's Hero. Okay, yeah. But he has done like 2 trillion-ish, maybe? Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess Hero Hell mode has some insane potential. Yeah, Calypso, I will tell you the classic version will be a lot less chaotic because the current game is like just spamming 15 different full screen animation attacks all the time, so it's just like a... Well, it's kind of your Path of Exile builds in a cute 2-dimension anime version. But the classic is like much more like adventure based, like MMO based. TNT damage and then attack speed. Yeah, those are the best runes. And fire damage can be used as well, but attack speed should be a little bit better. BlueStacks was a bit lacky. I think BlueStacks is a little bit more resource heavy. Maybe I should try another option to reduce any stream lags. Yeah, that would probably make sense. How come I never thought about that? LD player? Yeah, maybe I should try maybe LD player. We do like the weird tower game. We do like a weird mushroom game as well, which is Maple Story. But I think, Maddie, I will wanna get 2 trillion with Town Archer Hell mode, and then my life will be complete within the Hell mode realm. It was the goal was 1 trillion, but since we are at 1.5, I guess we have to go to 2 trillion. I just don't know what I need to get. Like, what kind of items do I need to get a better score? Then swap to hero. Yeah, maybe that could probably be a pretty reasonable goal. 2 trillion. Then hero hell mode. Then do a full hero hell mode build reveal. Spoil everything. Yeah, that sounds like a doable thing. Maybe. Maybe I will try. No promises, no promises. Or maybe I will just relax with hell mode after that and just do 500 billion every season, like, while half asleep and call it the season. Tempting. Hey Cheo, what's up? Also, hey Anna as well. Welcome. Take over the world. Oh man. I'm not looking forward to even trying to do such a long run, like 5 trillion or whatever. It's just blah. I probably have the items, I guess, Neo. I also probably have deleted a lot of items that could have been useful in there because it hasn't been a really interesting thing for me. And I have hoarding issues as it is, but it is what it is, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. If only hell mode was at least a little bit, like, enjoyable. Like, Which elements are generally viable for mid-game and late-game? For late-game, basically every element, except summon. If you consider summon as an element. Well, physical doesn't really have a lot of strong units except Bowmaster, so maybe not physical. But other elements are all kind of viable. Like, in late-game, you will have a mix of multiple elements rather than having a one element, because it's just you get the best of all worlds in that case. But like poison, I don't know, I use poison fire basically and town archers. Wait, what thing about me being old? Classic's really good for older people like Laku. They can't keep up nowadays. Maybe the story is too flash and fast-paced. It's too flashy. I have everything in transparent mode in the game and it's still too freaking flashy. I do, yeah. I can't deny that. I would prefer to have the slower paced version of the game. Is reaching 1 million staying at Devil Home Y fun and an achievement? Yes. Yeah, a couple of more years and then I will just have to rely on playing turn-based games So, so I can have all the time I need to think about my next move. Maybe I will pick up chess at some point. No, wait. In chess, you have to be fast. No. Okay, that's out of the question. No chess. Something else. Well, that is true as well, Calypso. It's not just MapleStory. It can be Path of Exile as well. But like, that's your choice. You choose to do flashy builds. In MapleStory, every build is flashy build. There's no other option. Okay, let's get one more E item. One more E item. We don't talk about the 5/5 castle anymore. We forget it ever existed. I didn't want to hit 5/5/5 anyway. What counts as mid-game? Oh god. What have I said last time? Devilhorn 3 gold auto battle in my book is mid-game. Sunglasses while playing. I guess you would need one of those masks that people use when they do, like, you know, welding on a construction. So like, mask on, let's play. I can finally see something in this game. Other than pure white. Devilhorn 3 with gold auto battle. When you can do that, I would say you are in mid-game. League of Legends. I have never played it. Wow. That's another game to the list I have never played. Never played World of Warcraft. Never played Minecraft. Never played League of Legends. Never played Dota. Wow. Holy crap. I should make a second channel. Old Boomer tries games for the first time in his life. And then just go through all the games I've never played. Get absolutely demolished, delete the game, and try a second one. Hey Tung, welcome. Yeah, I'm sorry to be funny, but this would be absolute torture to play through, though. Hey, Albert. How many did you play that account? Do you mean how many years? Or how many showers? How many dinners? More than 3. So, I played this game initially. I had a long break. I came back to the game in 2023, like February. I had 600,000 waves at that point, and I have been playing since then, since 2023 February until now, and now I have 15.5 million waves. So that's 2.5 years. A bit more. And before the break, I played a bit over a year, at least, like a year and a half. Was it more? Something like that. It was really, really, really long time ago. Back in the days when I was still young, full of hope and life and other positive things. Come on, game. Please surprise me. DCDIQ as the last drop of the day. I'm ready. Bring it on. Nope. Yeah, leveling heroes that can be leveled with crystals to level 10,000 is cheaper than leveling towers to level 10,000. Because towers, they initially cost 1 crystal per level, and when you reach level 5,000 for the tower, then the cost will be increased to 2 crystals per level. But for the heroes, it will always be 1 crystal per level, so it's just much cheaper to do the heroes first and then the towers after. Eventually you will want all of them. But that's it's one of the not so funny parts of this game. It takes a long while. It takes a... Oh. I still have a little bit of PTSD from that. For early game, I would recommend the Lightning and Town Archers as a starter build. I did a video, it's linked in the description. The first video link in the description is for the way build for the setup. And then for late game, you have basically, well, multiple options. I'm using Town Archer, Fire, Poison myself. There we go. Wow, what an absolute piece of trash item. That is a perfect E item to finish our bone hunt for the day. Wow. It doesn't really get any worse than this. It could have a Meek Chance line, and then it would be like the absolute bottom garbage, but like, this is really close. Wow. Let's do one weapon, let's go. Staff, but not the CDE, not the DCDIQ. Screw this game. 4 out of 4 trash. That's a quality 4 out of 4 trash. This one is a little bit better. Knockback and +1 summon unit is something you can use on Dorothy. So, Icy or Hell Mode possibly. It's not the best item. It's better than nothing though. I will not keep it. Whew, great. Well, another day of trying to get the DCDIQ stuff. We still have 146,000 defense. Let's do one more so we get an even number. Boom. There we go. So that's much better. 146,000 defense left until 1 million. So that staff damn better drop before that. DCDE bow? Damn. Dude, I would want one as well. I don't have one. I don't think I have one, so congratulations. Congratulations. Whew. DCD staff. DCD staffs are great. Lightning Bill is great to start with. At this point, when I'm on a bit over 50 million waves, I just have other options because of the items and skill points I have. At that point, other builds, other options become just better at that point. But Lightning is, well, kind of the easiest fail-safe option to start with. Lightning and Town Archers, it's just amazing right now. I didn't use any other towers in here, even though I have slots in the dragon build, because they do absolutely 0 damage to dragon, and I don't want them to steal or use up this critical damage debuff that is applied by the Dark Assassin. So I want this debuff to be applied by a higher damage dealer unit. How to color in text in deck? I have made a guide video about that. Let me link it to you. Give me 1 second. I will link it to you. I will try to find it fast. Where it is? There is. Copy link. Paste. There we go, and boom. There we go. In the chat right now, there's a guide video for how you can use colored fonts, and also like icons, like you can have a red crystal icon or something else in the names in here. Also works in the description for guilds, for example, as well, if you want to use something like that. I think I should have it in the guild that I made as a test for the video. Let's see. Wow. Am I searching for a guild? I should be searching for a guild. There we go. Yeah, for the beautiful guild. So like this, you can also use it for guild descriptions and whatever, like all the chats in the game. Same methods work. Also, remember to obey what the text on the screen says. Thank you very much. Treasures for grinding dragons. This is what I would recommend. In early game, you can ignore the black pearl treasure, which allows you to get the secondary leader. So you can ignore that one. But otherwise, this would be what you should be using. Also made the dragon video just a few days ago. It's linked in the description. There's a way build, colony build, and dragon build for early and mid game players. So watch those if you need any help. Thanks, Jerry. I'll probably go and see a game myself as well while eating something. Good luck on the Wednesday's game, for the one game you can play, right? And for the rest of your team. I hope you ace it. See you. Let's play one day. What was I doing? Yes. Oh, we have enough crystals. One more craft. One more sneaky craft. It's a horrible hammer. Wow. Alrighty, well, thank you very much. I will now go and make something to eat, because I'm starving. Thank you very much for being here. No DCDIQ today, but maybe next time. So, I would love to see you all in my Discord if you are not there yet. The link is in the chat right now, and also, well, I will link it again, so you will not miss it. Also, it is in the description as well, so feel free to join in. It's completely free, always, and there's a lot of people always helping each other out. It's a wonderful, wonderful little place. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in, well, probably next will be a video, and then maybe a stream again. I will post in the Discord as soon as I know when the stream will happen. Yeah, video first and then stream. Yeah, that's how it will go. Thank you very much. See you next time. Stay safe and have a great week. Bye. Bye.